Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
And I'm Adele Quo.
And here we go with another show in August. Is this our last show in August? No, I think we got one more.
One more.
We have one more, Craig.
Summer is flying by. I
it's
hope
flying.
you're having a safe and enjoyable
School's about
summer.
to start.
And school is almost ready to start, but here we are with another show, News and Community Bulletin Board. Adele is here with
It's Easy Being Green.
Talking about bats.
CBB,
Bats.
Bats Ahoy,
Yeah.
Batarama.
Batarama.
Rich is here with his reviews, our News for Seniors segment, and then our interviewer, Miriam Gennari, with her guests, and that's our show. But before we begin, here's a social media reminder from my
Absolutely,
partner.
Craig. You can watch Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel,
All right.
youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News,
YouTube.
and the number 1, and also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Here we go with the first of our news items. And it's coming up here just quickly. Whoop, here we go. There we go. And here we go. In breaking news, Arlington Public Schools just released 2013's Standards of Learning, or SOL, test results. This year, Arlington Public Schools students continued to outperform their Virginia State peers on most of the tests by meeting or exceeding state passing rates. Arlington Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Patrick Murphy credits this to the school system's strategic plan. For more details and results, visit their tiny URL website, and you can find out more about it there. Daniel.
Well, 3 Arlington seniors have earned National Merit Scholarships financed by colleges and universities. Winners were chosen by the sponsoring colleges from a pool of finalists. Awards provide between $500 to $2,000 for up to 4 years of undergrad study. Congratulations goes out to Rachel K.M. Chase from Washington Lee High School, Catherine A. Way from Yorktown High School, and Karina D.H. Hemmendinger from Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. Congratulations goes out to all of them.
All women.
Yeah.
Really? Good job, young ladies. Keep it up. All right, next of our news items here. Arlington Public School students are doing well both academically and in the arts as well. St. Agnes School 8th grader Anne-Marie Daughtry. Anyway, Anne-Marie won the county's Artist for PAL contest. PAL stands for Predictable, Alert, and Lawful. The contest had Arlington middle and high school students competing to decorate an Arlington Rapid Transit bus that promotes the PAL Safe Transit Initiative. The other contestants' work will be featured on placards inside the bus. County Board Chairman Walter Tejada developed the Share Our Streets program, BAPAL, and he had developed that initiative. Way to go, Mr. Tejada. Next, Daniel.
And Craig, in other school news, APS's fall semester starts on Tuesday, that's September the 3rd. If you have children in pre-K program, VPI, or special education, they will start one day later. Their first day will be on Wednesday, September the 4th. Craig.
All right. And we also have some more important upcoming dates that we'd like to remind you about. Friday, August 30th is the deadline to register online now for the 2013 Northern Virginia Senior Olympics. Arlington residents 50 years of age and older are eligible to participate. There are over 50 events, including track and field, and as far-reaching as Scrabble and dominoes. Registration fee is $12, and it covers multiple events. The Olympics will run from the 7th of September through the 19th of September. For more information, give them a call. Their phone number, 703-228-4721, or visit their website, www.nvso.us. Daniel.
And Craig, here's some good news. Labor Day is on Monday, that's September the 2nd. Senior Center, Circuit Court, General District Courts, Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court, DNV Select, Human Services, libraries, and public schools will all be closed.
All right, Labor Day holiday coming up.
Coming up.
In other news, Arlington has the opportunity to create its first temporary pop-up park. The county recently leased a vacant portion of the Embassy of the Republic of Korea in the Clarendon Courthouse area. They'll have it for at least the next 2 years. The county needs your help to determine what to do with the land. You can visit their online survey at tinyurl.com/popuppark and give them a hand, give them some ideas. Daniel.
And finally, if the county's $1 million bus stop drove you up a wall, then this next transportation-related decision might do so as well. There's a $13,000 traffic sign that reads, "Don't hit the car in front of you." Well, county police say we need the sign because Arlington is one of the highest accident areas in the country, and almost 100% of the accidents at this location are rear-end collisions. It's at the county's top accident-prone intersection for the second quarter of 2013. The sign is an electronic billboard whose wording can be changed. Previous signs have read, "Safety is no accident. Maintain safe following distance and high accident area ahead." According to police, those messages were not effective.
Apparently, well, we'll see if that one sinks in.
yeah, we'll
Don't
see.
hit the car in front
Don't
of you.
hit him. Don't hit anyone.
Over time, it might actually sink in.
Right.
Yeah.
Simple.
Stick
Keep it
with
simple.
it. All right. Here we go now with Adele, and it's
Easy Being Green.
Hi,
Here's
Adele.
Adele.
Hi, guys. And it is easy being green by caring about bats. I say bats and you say creepy. I'm going to spend the next couple of episodes telling you all about bats. You'll be surprised. Once you know about them, you'll care about them too. Did you know only 3 species, all in Latin America, are vampire bats that really do feed on blood, although they lap it rather like kittens than sucking it as the horror movies suggest. And the vampire's blood is useful. There's an enzyme in the saliva that's among the most potent blood clot dissolvers known and is used to treat human stroke victims. Bats are the only mammals that can truly fly. Virginia has 17 of the more than 1,200 bat species, and 3 of the bat species in Virginia are federally endangered species: the gray bat, the Indiana bat, and the Virginia big-eared bat. Centuries of myths and misinformation still generate needless fears, but bat populations are declining almost everywhere around the world, often because of disappearing habitat. Because of the short supply, bats have difficulty finding homes. So you're still wondering, why am I caring about bats? Well, they consume huge quantities of insects, including some of the most damaging agricultural pests, as well as mosquitoes. Some bats can consume up to 3,000 insects in one night. Though many people are afraid of bats, there's really nothing to fear. Most likely the bats are already indigenous to our area, but rarely seen as they are nocturnal. Moreover, bats have no interest in people and tend to keep their distance. The mosquito is far more likely to bite. So as an environmentally friendly and conscientious garden designer, bat houses can be just as interesting and every bit as important to a well-balanced garden as bird houses. If you're interested in a natural and safe means of controlling these pesky mosquitoes and insects, you can buy or make your own custom-made bat house. The best time to install a bat house is April through early May, before the bat migration begins. And another benefit of bats are their bat droppings, also called guano, which is valuable as rich and natural fertilizer, which can be very expensive. But with your own bat house, the guano is free and beneficial addition to your garden. So, small, poorly built bat houses that are commonly sold in stores, they're not very effective. So you want to avoid those. So next week I'm going to talk about the correct
the
way
bat
to
box.
build and install a
Really?
bat house. Absolutely.
And your favorite superhero?
Batman and Batmobile.
So you have a
Oh,
fascination
really?
for bats, I
That's
see.
correct.
The Virginia big-eared bat. I think I saw one of those
Endangered.
riding a scooter just over the other day.
Most likely you saw the
Never
little
mind.
eared ones, but anyways.
Okay,
Love
great.
those bats.
It's
Thank you,
easy
Adele.
being green.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adele. Okay, here we go with our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board file. Well, as we get closer to the beginning of the new school year, we'll update you on events that we'd like to you to know about. If you're a parent of a child who speaks English as a second language, you want to attend the orientation for second language families. This event is new to Arlington and is being held on August 30 at the Syfax Education Center. Starts at 7 p.m. So that's something new for ESOL speakers. Daniel?
Well, Ballston's Business Improvement District's Entrepreneur Development Initiative called Launchpad will have a couple of events at the end of August. On Tuesday, that's August the 2nd, starting at 6:30 p.m., Brain Fuel number 6. Pitching Part 1 is a workshop on how to pitch your business idea to investors. It's at the Ballston Launchpad, which is located at 4238 Wilson Boulevard, Suite 1132. The same day and place, but an hour later, 7:30 p.m., you can attend the Chemistry Experiment. It's a happy hour for innovators, idealists, entrepreneurs, and employees to mingle over cocktails. Register at www.ballstonbid.com. Click on Meet to register for this or other Ballston-based bid events. Learn more about Launchpad at www.ballstonbid.com/launchpad.
Happy hour for
Launchpad.
ideators.
Yeah.
Pretty good idea, Launchpad. I like
Ideators.
that. Okay, well, here's some library news now. Credit card payments. The library system will have some maintenance work done this weekend that will affect its online operations. Credit card payments may not be accepted online during the early morning hours of Sunday, August 25th and Monday, August 26th. There's also some training classes coming up. Technology training classes will be held throughout the library system in the coming weeks. August 26th from 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon, you can take the Finding Online Health Resources class at Aurora Hills Senior Center. This lecture-style session, followed by a discussion, will focus on finding accurate, reliable online health resources, including using the Medline Plus and Senior Health websites. No registration is required, but seating is on a first-come, first-served basis. And then Daniel, on August 26th.
Yeah, August the 26th, correct, at 5:45 p.m. To 8:45 p.m. and September the 9th at 5:45 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. Columbia Pike Branch will have one-on-one computer tutoring sessions for beginners on up. You can bring specific questions or get help with your competency goals. And to register for a 30-minute slot, call 703-228-5710.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. And we'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from around about town, Mr. Rich Masabny.
Rich.
and
Thank
his
you,
reviews.
boys. Thank you, boys.
Take it away, Rich.
Well-known local artist Sandy Parker has an exhibition called Beaches, Boats, and Bling at the Steffel and Capra Art Gallery at 260 West Broad Street, right in the heart of Falls Church. Miss Parker seascapes, abstract paintings are done in oils, in acrylic, and bring the shore to you, as does her fine line of jewelry. She has different shells and things like that. Her exhibit will be on display through August at the Steffel and Capra Gallery. She also exhibits in Crystal City and a lot of other places too. More information, call Steffel and Capra at 703-283-0800 or check Miss Parker's website at www.sandyparker.com. You'll see it on the screen. Continuing with the streak of successful stage productions by the Keegan Theater in D.C., its current, A Few Good Men, written by Aaron Sorkin. It's set in 1986 at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. A trial is being held because two Marines gagged the guy and then he ended up later dying. So there's a trial. With a large cast, authentically dressed from head to toe in military dress and boots and the whole deal, a court-martial ensues. Lance Corporal Dawson, played by John Odom, and First Class Downey are the guys on trial. This is a guy there who's Lieutenant McAfee. He's played by Mohammed Abrazada. He's also with Lieutenant Commander Brianna Latour, lovely young lady who is a lawyer too in this trial, and she and Lieutenant Caffey are the defense team, and they're pretty good, pretty good. There are some wonderful stiff back performances by Kevin Adams, Keegan Artistic Director Mark Ray, and William Aiken and others. Michael Innocente added a softness and humor to this, which was needed. Wish I had time to mention all the people good in this Few Good Men, which runs through September 4 in the district. Director Jeremy Skidmore did a heck of a good job on this one, too. For information and tickets, call 703-892-0202 or look the website, KeeganTheater.com. Every year I look forward to attending ABBA, the concert at Wolf Trap, as I did last week. The original ABBA group, of course, disbanded in 1982. I'm sure you remember that, Craig.
Yes,
but their music has endured, including a Broadway musical and a movie. In 1996, a band called Waterloo formed to create ABBA, and they've given more than 1,000 performances all over the world. ABBA's fan club says that's the best ABBA since ABBA. I never tire of hearing of them. For example, their SOS, you know, or Money, Money, Money.
Dancing Queen.
Winner Take All. That's right, Dancing Queen's a big one.
Queen's a big one.
You can be
Yeah,
sure
great one, yeah.
if ABBA comes back to Wolf Trap next year, I'll be there. Follow ABBA on Monday, August the 19th, the popular rock band Chicago was there. And you best check with Wolf Trap's website. It's wolftrap.org, or call them at 1-877-WOLF-TRAP to check the remaining season. And finally, I want to tell you, as a restaurant reviewer, I, of course, eat out a lot and frankly don't think too much about where the food comes from. For years, I've seen Saval, S-A-V-A-L, their food service trucks around town, but I didn't give it much thought. But I found out that they supply all the restaurants in the area, or most of them anyway. I had the pleasure of meeting the principals of Saval, and it's a very large, full-line distributor of food and non-food products, such as deli meats, custom steaks, and hamburgers. I met Saval's Dave Cohn and Lindsay Bull and got quite a behind-the-scenes look. And then 2 weeks later, I had lunch with the manager, Tom Enright, and Michael Smolin, who's their meat man, and had a great conversation about restaurants and food quality. It was an area I really didn't know about. I was lucky enough to get a few samples of Saval's delis, meats, steaks, and things, and just nice people to know. Mm-hmm. All right, I just want to give you the phone number of the place. It's an 800 number. They're located in Elkridge, Maryland, 1-800-527-2825, or look up savalfoods.com. Thank you.
All right. Good job. Thanks,
Thank
Rich.
you so much, Rich.
Appreciate your
Thank
efforts.
you.
Here we go now, as promised, with our News for Seniors segment. I'll get my News for Seniors glasses, and
As always, right?
there we go. Much better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, September is National Senior Center Month. And to kick off the celebration, the 55-plus biking group will be cycling to each of the senior centers. This will happen on Thursday, September 5. The group will start at 10 in the morning from Arlington Mill and then finish back up at Arlington Mill in the afternoon. Cyclists 55 years of age and over are welcome to join the group by signing up. You can give them a call and their number, 703-228-4771. Get out there and do some biking.
Yeah,
Daniel.
biking, get some exercise.
You
in
bet.
there before winter starts. Well, Arlington County 55 Plus Travel has secured tickets for the Olney Music Theater's production of A Chorus Line, which our own theater critic Rich Masomny said was fantastic.
Sure was,
It was great. Well, the group will attend a matinee performance on Wednesday, August the 28th. For more information about AC 55 Plus Travel, call 703-228-4748.
And also in our News for Seniors file, the new Arlington Mills Senior Center, there we go, at Columbia Pike and South Dinwiddie Street will be opening in September. For the past year, Arlington Mills senior programs were held at the Fairlington Community Center, according to Cheryl Johnson, manager of the Office of Senior Adult Programs, and we're quoting now, "It will be good to have the Arlington Mill participants back at their original location. A specific date has not been set yet, but Arlington Weekly News will give you information on that as soon as it becomes available. All right, Daniel.
And we want to thank our own Judy Masomny for helping us out
You bet.
this week for the stories. She does such a great job. Thank you so much for your hard work.
Thanks, Judy. We
and
appreciate your
dedication.
help.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be back to say bye-bye after we hear from Miriam and her guests. Here's Miriam.
Thank you. And now, for this edition of the Sustainable Scoop, I am here with Jeffrey Jacobs and Dennis Deneen, both members of the EV, or Electric Vehicle Association of Washington, D.C., but residents of Virginia. Thanks for being with me, gentlemen.
Glad to be here.
Now, we'll start with you, Dennis, since you live here in Arlington. What kind of car do you drive?
Chevy Volt.
You drive a Volt.
I do.
Well,
For
tell
the
me a
last
little-
2 years.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the Volt.
I guess one of the things I really like, I have so far driven 23,000 miles on the car,
Wow.
and I have burned 67 gallons of gasoline.
Wow, that's certainly something to be proud of.
Well, it's most of the time I'm running electricity rather than gasoline, and I like that for multiple reasons, not the least of which it's much cheaper. Electricity is probably about 1/4 to 1/5 the cost of gasoline for the same miles. I can charge it overnight, which I do every night, like a cell phone. In the morning, I have 40 miles of electric power. If I go beyond the 40 miles, a gasoline engine kicks in, and I can keep going forever, or as long as the gasoline.
So that's a hybrid vehicle that you have. The Chevy Volt is a hybrid, and Jeffrey, you have the Nissan Leaf.
Exactly. Thank
So
you.
tell me about the Leaf.
Well, Miriam, the Leaf is an electric car that gets anywhere between 70 to 100 miles, and the newer Leaf actually does get much closer to 100 miles. My Leaf is actually a 2012, and I've had that car since November of 2011. I've driven since that time about 33,000 miles.
That is amazing. And you commute every day from Herndon to Washington, D.C.
Exactly. 60 to 70 miles a day.
For
round
pennies?
trip for pennies. In fact, I estimate that I drive about 1,500 miles a month and only pay less than $25.
Wow, that is fantastic. So we'll put the environmental concerns aside for a moment and just think about in dollars and cents. We understand these vehicles tend to cost a little bit more. Are you feeling like you're making your money back on the investment?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I used to spend for the same commute about $2,500 a year in gasoline, whereas $25 a month times 12 months, that's barely a couple hundred. I mean,
So no energy crisis at your house.
exactly.
Now, Dennis, one of the concerns that people have, in addition to the initial cost, is the maintenance and upkeep of an electric vehicle. What have you experienced?
Well, in 2 years, all I've done is rotate the tires.
Really?
Remember, an electric vehicle is inherently a much simpler machine mechanically than a gasoline engine. Gasoline engine has to have hundreds of parts moving up and down or back and forth, and belts and pumps, and all these things have to work all the time. An electric motor essentially has one moving part. And so mechanically, they're much simpler and much less likely to wear out. And for another thing that's very nice about them, when you put on the brakes, unlike an ordinary car, all you do is produce heat. In other words, calipers close against rotors and you produce heat. Also, the brakes wear out. With an electric car, you essentially, unless you're in a panic stop, you don't use the brakes at all. You just use, when you put the brakes on, you slow down from the power of a generator. So anyway, the point is, in the life of the car, I'll probably never have to have any brake work done.
Wow. And in terms of reliability, you go 40 miles and then
Yeah.
you need to charge. So what do you...
No, I
Okay.
don't need to charge. I go 40 miles, and then if I'm going beyond that, the gasoline engine kicks in, and I
Okay.
continue to go. I've driven that car to Charleston, South Carolina. There's no limit to its distance. It's just I only can go 40 miles a day on electric power.
Okay,
And
so-
then beyond that, it's just like any other hybrid. It runs on gasoline. To make it clear, I don't have to charge it. I can run it on gasoline only, but that would be...
That would be
Why would I
silly.
buy expensive gasoline when I can get very cheap electricity? And I get it from my house.
And let me just go back to the gasoline part. My understanding, though, is that your car gets great mileage anyway with
Yes.
gas. What is the gas mileage?
It gets about 40 to 42 miles.
Which is way better than the
Yeah,
average.
per gallon. It is a very efficient car even when it's on gasoline.
Okay, and you started to touch on something about the time it takes to charge. So tell me about the charging capacity of.
Well, like Jeffrey, I charge it overnight. So it doesn't matter that I could charge it at a faster rate, but I only use a standard 110 volt outlet. It's roughly like, it's drawing about the same power as a hairdryer. And I plug it in overnight like a cell phone. It only takes a few seconds to plug it in. And in the morning, I unplug it and I have 40 miles of electric power. I start every single day with 40 miles of electric power.
What if you need a faster charge? What if you're out
I can-
coming from?
For instance, with my car, I need 60 to 70 miles, so I do need the faster charge. And so for my car, it charges from more or less empty to full in about 5 to 6 hours. But I set that to go overnight, and I have a time of use rate, which charges higher electricity rates during the day, but much cheaper electricity rates during the evening. So I have my car programmed to only charge in the dead of night when electricity is very cheap.
I see. And I think, admittedly, we all know that the infrastructure for charging on the go, we had talked about like along the eastern seaboard or driving across country, there are some ways to find access to plugging in. In fact, you mentioned a website, and we'll put it up on the screen soon, but that's called PlugShare. So for individuals who do have plug-in cars now, or if they're concerned about traveling, there are some resources out there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, and now this organization that you're a part of is basically electric car enthusiasts. And so you've got an upcoming event, September 29th, in Washington, D.C.
Right.
on 3rd Street. So I want everybody to take the opportunity to go to pluginday.org. And if you have questions, please go to evadc.org. If you'd like to reach Dennis, you can go to virginiavolt@yahoo.com. And Jeffrey's website is aecn.timehorse.com. Gentlemen, thanks for dispelling some of the rumors. And I appreciate you watching The Sustainable Scoop. We'll see you next time back at the news desk.
All right, thanks, Miriam. Talking about those electric cars,
They're
seeing
great.
more and more of them out there.
Yeah.
Get yours yet?
Next week.
Next week.
week,
All
yeah.
right, plug it in and go.
A Prius, right?
Okay,
That's
thanks,
right.
Miriam. Anything else to add before we go?
Cheerio.
We're running out of time, so thanks for watching this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Next week, you join us from out there. We'll be back here and we'll do it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.
Bye.